Hey y'all, part two. We're going to go into part two, Ascension 101. Like, share, and subscribe if you're down with the content. You know, I've been on other platforms for years and finally had to leave those channels and go elsewhere, y'all. So, welcome to my fifth YouTube channel. Ascension 101, we're going into, this is part two, y'all. And we've been, part one, you can catch on the videos. This is part two of the Great Awakening and Ascension. What the heck is going on? Breaking it down a little bit. And we're going to get right into it. You want to be alone, number one. So, number one is you want to be alone. And people are like calling, texting. What's up? Where are you? Do you want to come to XYZ? You do it every year. Well, you're not feeling it this year because you want to be alone. You're starting to see things that are clearing up a lot, connecting dots from when your past or when you were little. And this is huge. Nothing wants to come before that. Unless you absolutely have to do it. You have to eat, you have to cook for your kids, you got to go to work, whatever those things are, the have-tos. But other than that, you want to be alone. You're going inward. You're doing some work, and they call it the dark night of the soul, when you're going inward and see betrayals, or you see things that happened to you when you were little and why it connects now. You can also be seeing certain experiences that you've lived through or traumas, and this is for educational purposes and personal experience only. They begin to surface to be dealt with, and you don't want to be around a lot of people because your moods are all over the place. So being in nature is very healing and healthy. So if you have a forest, go to the forest. If you have a yard, hang out in your yard. If you have a beach, go to the beach. A lake. If you're in a wheelchair and you can't leave your home, look out the window. And also you can watch nature videos online that will also stimulate your mind to be in that calm state. So when you are alone and some of y'all might have, always go to every party and every event and every fundraiser and you're not wanting to be the yes person right now. You are dealing with some new stuff and you're into discovering what those new things are. So some of those could be you want to discover some new skills, like I want to learn to cook, or I want to learn to craft, or I want to learn to build houses, or learn how to do plumbing. Whatever it is for you, you're going to be called to go inward. And a lot of these skills you're really good at, and you might not even know it until you go in and check it out on you wanting to be alone, part of your Great Awakening Ascension journey. Also, you have less distractions. So if you turn your phone on vibrate, you're not sitting in front of the computer and you're not at work and you're just being you, that gives you no distractions from the outside, because that's when you get intimate and messages from your spirit world, your higher self, begin to come into you. That's why you want to be alone. You're going to get knowledge, wisdom, and gifts. And giving up those birthday parties or the cookout or the game will never value going inward what that value gives you. Because this is going to be your divinity. This is going to be where you're going. This is going to be the new you when you come out the other side. It's huge to go inward. And when I started Awaken in 2019, as I said in part one, I immediately started wearing headphones. Music has always been a huge part of my life and my soul. And I'm always connected to God or higher self, source, energy, universe when I have music. And if you're an empath, this can be a good aid for you when you have to go to the grocery store, when you have to do things, is to have a headset, one earbud in or something, to keep, you can hear everyone's voices, you can hear everyone's thoughts. It keeps the energy away. So the whole thing is, you know, I've been wearing headphones and stuff for years, and I'm seeing people all over the beach, all over the neighborhood, all starting to wear headphones. So I know intuitively they're waking up and they're going inward. And I'm seeing so many people alone, and you can just feel their energy, that they're in, you know, they're in deep contemplation, dealing with some really deep, hard things that didn't even know existed, but now because their pineal gland has activated, you can see it now. So you do want to be alone. And if you go out in nature and you are in a horrible state and your mind is just like racing with worries and all the stuff that's boiling, wanting to come out, and you go into nature, the trees, the water, it will all help you balance it, transmute that energy. It's like, how many people do you know go to the beach during the day and leave there feeling horrible, or go to the forest and do a little hike and feel horrible, or go to the park and feel horrible afterwards? It's not. It's a magical healing place. It's a magical healing place. And once again, if you're unable to get to do vehicle or physical whatever, have a plant in your home, or open the window and look out at the tree if you can see it, and feel the wind on your face. This will transmute that crappy, horrible, horrible energy that is in you that wants to keep building. So that would be wanting to be alone. That's an intense one, and it's okay to set boundaries, to put you first. It's a new way of thinking. It's a new way of living, and it's a new reality that's happening for a lot of people. We're all, you know, fractured souls finding ourselves. So we're going to go into the next one. So we just covered want to be alone, and it is a cliff note. This is not like breaking it all down. This is just Ascension 101 that Spirit has guided me to discuss in a safe environment that you can comment and ask questions. So number 2, you want to slow down. You're like, I'm over the fast food, I'm over Uber, bringing, nothing wrong with Uber, of course, bringing my meals and my pizza. I feel I want to slow down. I don't want to run around every day on my day off. I don't want to run around and make up things that I need to buy or have to have or make more drama. I want to minimize things. So you'll want to slow down. You're going to want to slow down. You're going to feel like home base kind of energy. I want to cook my meals. I want to know where my food is coming from, and I want to make it with love. I want to slow down and learn how to do art or woodworking. And you just want to slow down. You start losing interest in the next big thing. You don't have to go bowling every Saturday night. There's nothing written there that you have to do that. That's something you created in your reality, and do you want to keep that in your reality? Every Friday night is card night at the ladies auxiliary. Does that feed your soul? Or do you want to slow down and stay home that night and go inward and spend quality time with family and no cell phones and like dancing around with music? See, these all play in your ascension and your great awakening. What you put in, what you consume, is not just what you eat and drink. It's what you surround yourself with, who you surround yourself with, and what you're doing with your time. Because you learn when you're at number 2, you want to slow down because you realize you have a lot more time than you ever expected, but you just filled it. You just filled it with, like, I don't want to say mindless, because it's not mindless, but we fill it with things that aren't important per se, especially during these times when we're all going inward and putting ourselves first. So don't be ever sad that you're missing out on anything or feel left alone, because the gifts you're going to get on the other side of this work, this going inward, it's priceless. And it will affect you from here to infinity, you know? Let me see if there's anything else on my notes. Yes, especially my note was the quick fix when you're in that funk and it's just negativity, and negativity just bombarding you and your thought processes. in the beginning or during moon events or what, eclipses, when the energy is shifting on the planet, you could feel off. And it's cool to, pay attention to that, because most people have reactions to that, energetic stuff from the sun. And when you go inward, you start to pay attention and notice all of that as you awaken. And P.S., side note, your pineal gland, you don't need no special product. You don't need to buy the tablet. All you have to do is cut out the F in your toothpaste. You know what I'm saying, y'all? And your water needs to be filtered. That will decalcify your third eye, your pineal gland. That's all you have to, that's all I did. I didn't have to, no special tablet or pill or quick fix, easy button, I actually just did those two things because that's what Spirit told me to do, and it worked. And it worked really quick, pretty quick. Okay, so, so spending time alone, or a lot of people, maybe a very small group, because you're learning some really cool stuff right now, and you're going to continue to learn really cool stuff right now. All right, this is the big one, y'all. This one's the big one, and we're at 11 minutes now, so I'll try to keep them around the same so you all can just do them while you're drinking your coffee. People around you leave, or you leave them, or you're having a huge pull to do these things, to do this switcheroo. It's not limited to humans, just people in your life. It's also limited to your jobs, your career choice, who your friends are, and where you live, who you live with. See, when you start to ascend, it's not an awaken. My pineal gland was in 19. It opened, and this is when my event started. But the people around me weren't there. So God, like in divine source, they knew they had to go, because they knew stuff I didn't know. Your ancestors, meaning they, spirit, universe, they know the intentions of these people around you. And this is not for everyone and not for every person in your life, but the majority of us will be removed from our previous lives. And how can you imagine being married 30 years and having 5 kids and 8 grandkids, and then your life is suddenly gone? Well, that's what happens to the majority of us. Not everyone has been in a karmic life, this existence. If you were blessed to not have to go through this, then I'm so happy for you. But I did have to go through this, and that's why I'm sharing it, because the masses will be going through the loss of relationships. And like I said in the last video, and it really brings it home, I scrolled and I saw somebody say, oh, I let my girlfriend move in of 10 years and her 3 kids because she needed a place to stay, and I caught her with my husband after 10 years. So it's bringing it to light, but it can come out as a very harsh way. People can be just removed from your life. You can be removed from their lives, or it can go down really hard with betrayal and seeing what you couldn't see before. So the people around you, when you start to awake or awakening like I did, they didn't get you. They don't get you. They think you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. They don't understand what you're going through because it didn't happen to them yet. So this is for you, because they can't be there at your table. You must move forward, because this is your destiny. This is your time. It's not a grab the mom, grab the kids, grab the dog, bring everybody forward with you. It's individual. And I know it's hard, and it was for me to discern, but I am a mom, I am a wife, I am a sister, I am a brother, I am these things. But moving forward, these people don't support your changes. They don't support your growth. They are not your people. And some people will leave in anger. And some people will be ripped out of your life in weird situations and not so pleasant things or very ugly things. And this is all part of lessons to be learned while we're here on this planet. And now that we are ascending, we realize, and your clairs will turn up. What does that mean? That means you'll feel, hear, sense things about people that are off. Your discernment volume turns up, so you can only surround yourself with people moving forward that support you, that support your vision, that support your self-love, that support your self-journey. And those will be your new soul family. That's your new soul family. You don't have to leave the other ones in hate, but detaching from them is part of the you want to be alone. How to do that. And being at peace with that. Letting them go. And knowing that divine knows more than you do, because you have to be just in faith. That they knew there was not good going to come out of it if they stayed in your life. And that is going to conclude. We're at 1632. We're close at 16, y'all. And I did pull a get going and do it card. So read something inspirational to create a positive energy. So that's cool. So if you're down in the dumps, or if you have a platform, and here's the card, and some people are, you're feeling the energy shift, give them an Archangel Michael card, or give them some inspirational song. Giving to others at this point, or listening to a song that heals your heart or makes you cry it out. That's what's important. Going inward, not making excuses as why you're putting yourself first. So if you like this message, part 2, y'all, of Ascension, the Great Awakening, like Intro 101, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And, share it if you think someone else would benefit from this Cliff Note version, down-to-earth version of what actually is going on with humanity. God bless. Peace, y'all.